Previously on Saving Throw. When we last left our heroes, things weren't going too good. While walking back to the town of Stay, three of the adventurers all suddenly fell asleep, leaving Ashba, Chiron, and Goose Everson to get the sleepy trio someplace safe and figure out what exactly put them to sleep.
And they're with the other members
Am
of
I
town.
strong enough to move Kyra? To move Alistair?
Give me a strength check. Alistair's a twink, so this shouldn't be the worst.
I mean, listen, you're not wrong.
Ash and Chiron discovered that the magic coming out of the sleeping residents wasn't a spell. That was their own magic leaving their bodies. And thanks to Forest Woody, they were able to follow that trail of magic right to the grave of Arale, the world druid.
And as the four of you look across four of the faces on that crystal, green light flashes across, and four bolts of magic shoot out, flying into Woody, Goose, and into you two. And Chiron and Ash, that's when you fall asleep.
No.
No!
Wait.
Meanwhile, Junver, Wynn, and Alistair found themselves waking up in a large city, which was apparently the town of Stay 200 years from now.
And it's around now that you begin to look around and notice there are streamers hanging from streetlights, strings of lights trussed up, and banners emblazoned with things like "Welcome to the Stay Festival," 200 years, and in the distance there's a merchant selling commemorative Stay Abration T-shirts for an absurd markup. There is some kind of festival going on here.
Interesting.
After speaking to some locals and looking around, they found Forest Woody's tree, but with a very strange inscription in front of it.
And beneath it, you see names.
Oh no.
Some of them you recognize. Alistair Nobledrifter.
Yep.
Wynn. Junver Many Shields. And then, as you're standing there, you see the words almost being carved magically into the stone. Ashba Ramnarance. Chiron Hemlock.
And now on Saving Throw, we find out what happens next in the Slumbering Garden.
Chiron. Ashba. And
Yo, what's up?
Goose.
Yes.
You three.
We're here.
You three wake
Wait,
up.
only three?
Yes. Oh
You-
shit.
You three wake up. But not
That
in a
son
city.
of a bitch! I knew Woody was evil.
Chiron, Ash, and Goose, you three wake up, but not in a city. You guys all find yourself
At
in
Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville.
in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Come on down, right by the aquarium, baby.
Chiron says,
I'll stop being a dick and let you
before I
talk,
go
Chris.
insane.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
You're in one of the bars at the Times Square Margaritaville. You must go to all the bars at the Times Square Margaritaville. Your quest begins now. You find yourself in a field, and you wake up mid-motion, pushing armfuls of wild wheat aside as you trudge through the field. And before you stands a person. And Goose speaks. Lady Arale? And the figure
She's
turns
awake!
to face you.
We did it!
Hey! We saved Throw! An older half-elf woman with braided hair and just a tired look on her face. She looks to Goose and says nothing, but then looks at you, Chiron, and then to you, Ash. How did you get here?
I bet you're wondering how I got here.
I assume she's directing at me and Ash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So actually, can you give me an insight check, both of you?
Yeah. That's my inside spark. I never remember these things.
I got a 13.
Oh, okay, I'm good at that. No, I'm not good at that. I got a 9.
Chiron, she
Yes.
wasn't surprised to see Goose, but she was surprised to see you and Ash.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I was looking at your body, and I swear it was in a medical professional way. Because the last time I checked, you were dead in a grave. I don't know how to put it as subtle as possible, but you were dead. And I was trying to see there's a way our friends somehow connected with you, and it's a whole long story, but I'm surprised to see you in this condition as well. And I start like observing, like, is she really like alive? Like,
So this is the same person you saw in.
Yeah, I'll start like, even if it's like invasive a little bit, like a little like invasive, but like anything crazy, it's just I'll start like, like
looking intently.
Yeah, getting right up in there. Yeah.
So like this is the same body you saw in that casket, although now alive. And in fact, the only difference you would say noticeable is that this person is now vertical and standing and interacting with you, as opposed to being a corpse. They look the same level of healthy, effectively.
If you found a way to beat death and you're here right now, you need to tell me everything you need to know.
She smiles at that and like kind of laughs. No, I didn't beat death. How long have I been dead?
I think the townsfolk said it was around 5 years. Goose can confirm the exact dates. Goose, if you would like to speak up at any time instead of remaining mystified out there.
So you turn to Goose Everson, and he is still. And it's about now you noticed that so is all of the grain. It's all stopped, like mid-breeze.
Okay, maybe I feel bad about blaming Goose on this one.
Can I interject?
Yeah, sure.
I'm sort of like, I'm kind of unsurprisingly comfortable with this. I'm more shell shocked. So I'd be like,
yes.
Are you truly Lady Artley?
In the not flesh, I guess. In the incorporeal sense, yeah. Hi.
Hello. My name is Ash. We were sent to investigate a sleeping condition that was affecting members of the town of Stay. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get my bearings here.
She looks both of you over and then nods. Oh, you're from the guild. She says, looking at the signet you wear. And she lifts up her hand, showing a metal and leather gauntlet, and like on sort of like the back plate of the hand is that same symbol.
We have the new pins, right? Is that what she was?
Yes,
looking at?
hers looks fucking ancient, whereas yours look, new. I'm glad to see they haven't changed anything. Okay, so you came here. Everyone's falling asleep.
Yes.
That is interesting. And how did you two get right here?
And you're deceased too, and you're...
No, I'm aware. Yep, I'm with that one.
You're deceased. I want you to be...
So, to shorten the story to a reasonable length, we began to notice that among the afflicted, we seemed to notice that magic was leaving their bodies. We were able to craft a concoction that allowed us to sort of essentially make this leaving magic more tangible and able to be followed. And I do apologize for this. We ended up exhuming your body, and you happen to be holding a pulsating crystal of sorts.
She's like nodding along as you're speaking, and like sort of like rubbing her chin.
Sense to you.
No, that all tracks, except for everyone else is falling asleep. It must have needed more than I thought. I guess I wasn't enough by myself.
Oh, God damn it.
Okay, you're gonna have to clarify a lot, because we just got to this frozen time zone, and as much as I like, the atmosphere being a little chilly and a little melodramatic here, I prefer if you a little bit more alive where I'm from. Can you please infer what you were talking about? You weren't by yourself able to handle it?
I guess it won't really matter. 200 years ago, we fucked up everything because we had to kill a big monster, the Sky Eater. I don't know how much you know, sorry. And
we are aware of the story.
We threw the world way, way out of whack. And I think I found a way to fix that. But the costs are going to be really, really high. But it'll be worth it in the end. Sorry, I didn't want to have to do this to anyone that wasn't willing, but if what you're saying is true, and you opened up the casket, and it wasn't ready yet, and it brought you here, that means that I'm running out of time. I have to ask you both to do something for me. And she places a hand on each, one shoulder of each of you. I need you both to protect the Dree. And almost as she finishes speaking, the wind resumes. It blows across the field of grain. Goose starts and turns to say something, and both of you fall. You fall through the wheat that almost swallows you as you fall into it like there is no ground, and everything goes black. And then once more, you wake up. Light filling your view as you are more like actually waking up this time, as if you were just sleeping, and now find yourself opening your eyes, and you find yourself in a small pool of water with a large tree overhead and a city surrounding you on all sides.
And the city is moving.
A large tree, you say?
Yeah. I'm like, they're definitely about to be right near us. Yeah, that's awesome.
Junver, Wynn, Alistair.
Hi.
The pool of water beneath the wise tree is maybe a foot deep, maybe.
People flip coins into it.
Yeah, sure, totally. And there's there's specks of crystal in it from the crystal structure above and how it's grown into the tree and into the surrounding area.
That's awesome.
The thing that you see here does not make logical, physical sense. This should not be physically possible. Floating up from the bottom of the water to the top are the floating bodies, sleeping bodies of Ash and Chiron, and they both jolt awake.
You know what? Fuck it. Alistair jumps in, wades. I mean, it's in a foot deep, so whatever. He doesn't care. Comes over and helps Ash and Chiron up.
Ash and Chiron, you are very disoriented, but Alistair is here and he's trying to help you up.
Oh.
I can't tell if the groan is because you're out of it or because fucking Alistar helped you up.
I say, you know what? No. What I say, listen. We've had our ups, we've had our downs, but right now, I'm very happy to see you both.
I truly must be dead. It finally got me.
Well,
How deep is the water I'm in?
Like a foot.
Okay.
Like you laying on your back, your head is not submerged.
Okay.
I
I don't take Alistair's hand immediately. I actually just sit in the water.
It's like
Oh,
birth
okay.
again. Oh.
what? What a wild thing to say! Do you
I was
remember
gonna
this?
give Chiron a shield, now it's just only Ash gets a shield. Ash shares a shield.
Welcome back from the edit.
While we're in the edit, I'm going to change the music again. You guys are now in a city with the rest of your party, and it's shock. Going from
She's
a
not
town
around
to
anywhere.
a field to a city. You are in. It's just there's people. It's a city. There's people running around, but it's just kind of you and your party here.
We same way we were when we went down there, in terms of
Nothing
As-
you can tell has changed.
Okay. I assume chick is not. I would just start glancing at it. Chiron would start looking everywhere for her, like fox eyes looking everywhere.
So yeah, Arle is not here. Give me a perception check. Actually, give me an investigation check.
I got a 20. No,
Ooh.
unnatural. 19.
An unnatural
A dirty 20.
So I'm gonna
Nothing-
say,
nothing dirty
using-
about this one.
using your big boy brain, you notice, hey, that's that big fucking tree. Because it looks like that big fucking tree. And looking around, you look sort of like orient yourself in the term of like where the stuff was before the town. And while most of this stuff wasn't there, obviously, like the buildings and all that shit, looking in the direction of where the graveyard was that you just physically were, like in your brain a minute ago. There's no graveyard there. What you see is one of the like ends or like the faces of that gigantic, huge mega crystal, and you look up, and oh my god, there is a
Woody.
giant hearth crystal here in this wherever the fuck you are.
Hey, so Alistair sees them, assumingly both of them looking around and being like, "What the fuck?" She's like, "Okay, so welcome to this world. Spoiler alert: we're like 200 years in the future now."
Arle is not here. Where is she?
Well, her name was on that plaque, right?
Yes.
Well, according to this plaque, she's dead. And also, so are all 5 of us.
And also, apparently, we can go ask her things. So that's fun.
You know what? I forgot about Damien telling us that.
Okay, he did he just tell me I'm dead?
They ruined them.
He just
Yeah,
told me
he told
I'm
you.
dead.
Yeah,
he told you you're dead. Yeah.
Vital check myself. Whatever I can.
I'm gonna say you don't need
Like,
a medicine check. To
I
check
don't
if
care.
You
I'm
as a
scared.
person are alive.
That is like my greatest fucking fear is
Right.
dying.
Oh,
So
okay.
No, I love that.
Lots of Chiron
so-
lore this episode.
So your doctorial paranoia, you begin to like do all your rudimentary tests of, hey, am I fucking dead? And the conclusion you come to is no, but you have been presented with information that directly defies what you believe.
I know this is a metagame question, but
Yes.
was it just Ash and Chiron that appeared in the pool? There wasn't like a goose or anything?
Nope.
too?
No goose ever, son.
Okay.
Cool.
I wanted to double check that.
I mean, personally, just not even metagaming, I would love to compare notes with the other two, so we
Yeah,
at least know
I'm
what
gonna-
the other group knows.
I'm gonna say, like, unless you guys want to exclude information, that you share all the
No.
information you both have learned.
I at the moment am not saying anything to anyone else but myself right now. I'm just
the
literally,
guy
I'm
who would
literally
take
just,
the most notes. Yeah,
I
I'm
am
like,
muttering. I am muttering stuff under my breath right
Here's
now.
the thing. Ash, after the panic of not dying, is finally like I'm still unsettled by like potentially being dead. Okay, Ash has all of the notes that we made so many discoveries of. No, like upstairs, just look at him. He's just talking about the notes. He's getting them mentally prepared to tell you guys. He's like, super excited about it.
And
we
we
made
can't
so
wait
many
to hear it.
discoveries about your body. Ash, anytime you want to talk, I am. So I don't look like an idiot. Well, I mostly do anyway. Be great.
It doesn't make sense.
What?
I mean, no. Like, regardless of what you're gonna say, the answer to that is no.
She said when they defeated the Sky God that they destroyed the world. They ruined everything.
Yeah.
But we've known hundreds of years of peace since that happened. So what did she mean?
Okay, so
I really hate
That's a
knowing
vile
the
sentence.
answer to a bunch of things as a player and being an idiot character. Really hate
Nah,
that.
it's fun. It's fun. That's the fun part. Okay, so Ash, I don't know the context of what you said, but it was fucking vile, and I'd love for you to explain.
She was just dead. She comes back alive.
Who's she?
You can't go from dead to alive to dead again. This is not right. This is not fair. This
Resurrection
is
spells exist, so like that's
Not like-
I have one
definitely not
prepared.
true.
To be fair, my guy would know. A, maybe not to that extent, but B, probably not to that capacity. The way she did it.
Revivify is a thing. It's not the regular D&D Revivify where you consume a fucking diamond and do it. It's just like a absurdly taxing spell to cast, and literally only the highest possible echelon of wizard could do it.
Hey, Chris,
Yes.
I have Revivify prepared right now.
What?
Oh, we should talk about that. Wait, what level? What fucking
Yeah,
level
what
is
was that?
Revivify?
Yeah.
Third level. Are you thinking of Resurrection?
No. I'm talking about
Oh.
Resurrection.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Revivify is basically magic defibrillator, whereas resurrection is
If you fail all
Magic
3 of your
resurrection,
saves,
yeah.
then you can still come back.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
they have to have died in the last minute. So it's like, hey, we finished combat and our friends are dead.
King Kieran says, "What the fuck do you mean consume a diamond?" Oh, I was thinking eating a diamond.
yeah. In order to resurrect
chomp.
one, you have to just eat
You
a diamond.
feed them a diamond.
you shove it in their mouth and you hit it down with a bat, and then they wake up.
and then they need to immediately see a dentist, badly.
Look, the teeth are lost, but you're alive. Take what you can get.
Or if it's been too long, a butt doctor.
I'm gonna say that you guys confer the information back and forth as much as you are able to do so. And
I eventually snapped to attention and explained what happened to us.
and
Did you tell the story of how we were made sure they're what did
Yes,
you start the
I
story?
guess I would include that Woody gave us a potion idea. We used it. It created a magical trail. We followed it to Arley's grave. Dug up, opened their casket, found a crystal in Dream World. Talked to Arley frozen in time. Learned shit that does not make any cognitive sense.
Okay.
And she told us to protect the dream.
With this new information,
That is what she said, right? Protect
Yes.
the dream.
You did
yeah.
protect the dream.
And that's what everyone around town's been saying.
I don't remember because it didn't seem
She
relevant
told-
at the time. But was Woody's name on the plaque?
It is.
Yes.
Okay.
She essentially told us we need to make sure nothing happens to the dream. We need to keep it safe, or maybe police it, as if we were the dream police.
Are you saying we're about to become such
Dream
police?
police.
Oh, alive in your head.
Dream police.
I
I don't know the next line.
No one does.
I think it's bad. I think the rhyme is bad.
Hey, folks, this is bad.
Yeah.
Do we want? Is there anything else to see around the tree? I would actually. Is Woody's hole still there in the tree?
Yeah. Important.
So the center of the tree, the area that was a hollow home, basically for Woody the squirrel, has been that. All of it has been filled in with crystal.
With the crystal. Okay.
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 Is there nobody's guarding this thing, right?
No, it's
me
just
walking into the little pool is
So
nobody stopped me.
earlier you said the thing of do people toss coins in it and make a wish? Fucking yeah.
Okay.
This is
It's a fountain. You
it's
got
a fountain.
Yeah.
It's like a landmark, right? People walk by it and look at it and that's kind of it.
It's
If
probably
there-
been 10 minutes too, right? Do I see anything with detect magic?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's
yes.
true.
You ritual casted detect magic. So I'm gonna I hate giving non-answers for detect magic, but I'm gonna give you a non-answer, which is
But guess what? This campaign involves a lot of mysterious magic.
yeah, sure
Yeah.
does. So there are two predominant schools, I guess, of magic floating around you. And I mean floating around you as in it's like a blanket of this shit. There is nothing in your view that isn't being currently touched by magic.
Great.
The first is healing magic, which is coming out of the tree. Healing might not be the right word so much as natural magic, nature magic.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's basically a what's the word for it? Like a spire of that magic just jolting out of the tree and straight up into the sky.
Okay.
The second is, what would that technically be? Is a great question. I guess that would be enchantment. there is that the other thing that is like a blanket sort of surrounding you, and like as literally as far as you can see in every direction, enchantment magic is just there.
Great.
Okay.
I'm gonna relay this to the group. Hey, everything here is enchanted. I don't know if you know this.
Least shocking thing you could have told us.
One thing I would like to a thought I just had I would like to convey to everybody is like, hey, so that tiny green crystal you saw Arle's body holding, it's gotta be that, right?
That's very
I'm
possible.
assuming you're pointing
to not the hearth, whatever it's called here again.
The bloom.
The bloom.
Bloom. Yeah.
Where is it at?
Yeah. It's real tall. It's like a
You
skyscraper.
literally
You
can't
can
miss
see
it. Yeah.
How tall is the thing?
Like
Bigger than
what's-
anything else.
It's just huge, right?
It's like a fucking mountain. It's like Mount Rushmore size.
So if I
so-
look at it, it's not like I can
that's
see the
fucking
crystal.
huge.
Yeah, that's
it's
yeah.
fucking huge.
Also,
So this is the thing. The one in Rotmar, it is the size of a fucking mountain. Like the city was built around it. It wasn't like it grew alongside the city. No, we went to the big fucking crystal and built a city around it to make sure that it didn't get blown the fuck up.
Also,
So-
when they mentioned whatever the potion or the thing that the thing that Chiron administered to my body was called the what again? Something with bloom.
So that was an herb that RLA and Woody had used in the past, called Magic Bloom, which the effect of which was to increase the magical properties of blank, whatever you add.
You said Woody's body's here?
No,
Not that we know, at least.
No, not
I
the
think there's a statue here.
Oh, his statue.
There's a-
Yes.
There's a statue.
And he's
yeah.
the only statue?
So like on the Wise Tree, yeah, there's just like a statue of Forest Woody. He's like standing up, and he's in like he's a squirrel, but he's like standing on his two hands, or two feet, whatever, squirrel. And beneath that is like the plaque with all the list of names.
So it's safe to say, would my character assume that he's the big time deal in this time or realm, as opposed to her, because she had a statue in the grave?
I'll say that like from what Junver and Alistair and Wynn told you, it seemed like from when they were talking to the villagers that Arle was the bigger deal.
Yeah.
And they even mentioned like, hey, go speak to Arle if you want to.
But her name's on the grave.
I'm thinking of
Yes,
RLA as
but,
like
but so is Woody's.
Okay, so these guys said that ROA, or the citizens were saying go talk to ROA.
Yeah, and like they said it casually, like it wasn't like a big deal to go talk to. So like RLA is known as the World Druid for you. They're
It's
like
also an
as
awesome title. Just want to put
for-
that out there.
Thank you. For like Wynn, they are the most famous. They're the Michael Jordan of druids.
Oh, that's
they are the
awesome.
best. They are the best druid to ever druid. And
Air Arle is coming soon. When?
Do you remember when she had to do that battle with the flu? And she cast just some of the sickest magic during that? Legendary.
Do you remember when but I say who's the Larry Bird? The
That's
same data.
so
ally,
good.
Larry Bird.
Wizard.
Larry Bird.
I guess Marin would be the Larry Bird of this world.
Was her
really
name
quick.
inscribed before we got here in this tombstone?
Yes.
So it seemed
So-
that the only names that were being written in were all of y'all's, and it was like the three that were here. Theirs got written in first, and then you two, Ash and Kyle.
Yeah,
So are-
you two appeared like while we were standing here.
Is this
basically.
town just full of like people who are obsessed with just dead bodies, or
Sure seems like it's people that are trapped in the dream. If I had to venture a fucking guess.
Did they?
I would say these are people that, like, I think we're genuinely.
Is there? I was gonna say, is there another person that? Hold on. That's a good question. Is there people like just walking by, or are we?
Yeah,
kinda
totally.
isolated?
There's like people
Well, like-
minding their fucking business.
Could I check one of them, and does it look like vaguely like anybody in town?
I mean, there's too many people here for it just to be the townsfolk,
That's what I
right?
was gonna
Just-
say,
we said this
but-
place is
yeah,
this was densely populated.
Yeah, because I was examining the bodies. I would hope that let's just find the one chick who brought us into town for.
Everybody, give me an investigation check.
Okay.
Yeah.
awesome.
I was gonna say there's
Ooh,
got to be only a few names
intelligence
on that
based thing,
plaque.
huh?
This is just a group check, so it's group pass, group fail.
I think we're there.
20, dirty 20.
Never mind, we're passing.
Dirty 20.
Hey, win.
16.
10.
We got a 10.
Chiron,
I got a 10.
That's big. That's big money ball.
I rolled above a 10.
18.
So.
Oh shit!
I did very bad.
Everybody else did pretty good.
But I have a 16, a 23, and an 18.
Yes.
16 for
16,
me.
23, 18, 10.
20.
Whatever
Okay,
Prij got.
well, that's enough to
Isn't
pass.
our
so-
intelligence, like, as a party, pretty fucking terrible? It's like our
Yes.
highest, like, 14.
You have a neg 1.
Yeah.
I
We're
got a
not the
plus 1.
Ain't the brightest bunch.
But very
So-
wise.
Group investigation check. You pass. So a couple things here. Yes, Chiron, you go to look at inspect one of the people of
You are
the-
a win.
the city. That's it. It's a person, but it's not someone you recognize. Definitely not someone you recognize from inspecting the sleeping people.
I don't know.
The other thing is going over to. I'm going to say that Win and Astrid, this is our more like science-based people because magic is science in this universe. Go and like look at the plaque and doing some quick rough estimates. There are roughly as many names on that plaque as there were people in the town total, give or take.
Okay.
You're guesstimating here, but that seems pretty close.
People in Stay, not where we currently are.
Yeah.
People in the waking world of Stay,
Okay.
real ass Stay.
I have one more question before we probably move on. The direction of the graveyard, does that happen to be the direction of the bloom?
Yes. So if you look, if like, hey, I want to walk down the street to where the fucking graveyard is that I know where it is in real life, you would be walking into the bloom. Like there's a fucking gigantic crystal wall you can't pass, and it's hundreds of feet tall. However, Junver, perception check, please.
Uh-oh.
Oh, why am I the one rolling for this?
Because you made a smart
asked.
thing.
I know! God damn it. I rolled a 5, which is a 9.
Oh, okay.
That's not bad.
That's a little worse than average, but it's
still
not
pretty
great.
bad. That's still pretty bad, folks.
You'll learn something, I'm sure, because our benevolent DM will tell you.
Off of the plaza where you guys are all standing and the wise tree sits, there is a big fucking crystal. There's also all these other buildings around that aren't there in real life. Another thing that isn't there in real life is a sort of like covered courtyard that sits just a bit away from you and has like, it's got like an arch, and then it has like a bunch of trees and shit, and it looks like almost like a little park.
Okay.
And then with a 9, that's all you get.
Yeah, you all want to go on the swing stats, or like?
I mean, I was to make it fast. I was gonna say like points of interest are the bloom and the surrounding park or whatever now, and then also the High Manor or where.
Did they tell you where Arle is?
Yeah.
Arle's at the High Manor, right? Did I?
Well,
I'm going to the high.
He kind of.
I am going to the High Manor then.
I would walk to the High Manor.
Damien was like, I don't know, man. I guess that's where Arle is. So it's not like a confirm. But
Okay, but that's the.
I'd
I'd
still like to go to the hearth. It's probably, or the bloom. It's probably still pretty close, right?
Yeah, I mean, like it's like 30 feet from you. It's like very close. Here's the thing:
Okay,
the graveyard in reality was like a 4 or 5 minute walk from the
main
the
square.
wise tree.
But this thing's
from
just
the wise
huge.
tree. But the fact is like it is so fucking big means that like it's almost encroaching on the courtyard where the wise tree sits.
Okay. Can I touch
Ash-
it?
Yes. So you walk up and place your hand on the bloom. You actually notice you're not the only person doing this.
Okay.
Like kids walk up and like tap on it, and like people are like people visiting are like coming in like not taking a photo because it doesn't exist, but going and like, wow, look at that, holy shit, and like
the Leaning
touching.
Tower of Pisa.
Yes, actually, yes, very much like that. And you go up and touch the bloom, and nothing changes about you, but it just feels fucking awesome. The hearth in Rontmar, you cannot go and touch it, It is a protected thing. Like, you know, first of all, the magical college sits on the like exact ring around the hearth. They are, you know, the most in charge of it, more than anyone else. And basically, yeah, you're not allowed to just go fucking touch the hearth. But here, no one seems to care. No one seems to stop you. Everyone just seems to be fine with the fact that you're walking up and touching it, and like it seems like a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dope. I'm gonna run back. Hey y'all, you should touch that. It's dope. I feel like I just did cocaine.
Is there cocaine in this?
There is
You know
now.
what? Canonically, yeah, cocaine exists.
That's amazing.
And I have done it.
When I was doing street work for Dr. Jerry, there was a lot of cocaine addicts that did come through. That's very true.
Chiron, I love you. You gotta stop saying street work. We need to pick a new phrase for what you mean.
Also, in this
Community service? Can we go with community
What do
service?
you mean? He was working the streets.
in this world, I'm surprised it's not magical crystal mess. Okay. Hey,
That was
listen.
better than the previous joke. That was really bad.
Oh,
That
you don't even remember what it was.
So bad.
All right. So if we've checked out the bloom,
I do not care where you guys want to go. I am going to that manor. I need to find Arle.
We will let
I'm
us
going straight
not
to the
split the
manor.
party, Ash. Just give
You
5
don't-
minutes. Let us
you
look at the
don't-
park for 5
don't-
minutes while
don't-
we're here.
You
I
guys
don't think
understand.
you understand.
Yes, you don't understand. Okay.
I
Thank you.
need to speak to Arle.
I
Alright,
need to see
then.
her
Now?
flesh, and not in a weird way. I just need to see
Sure.
her alive.
listen.
One of the heroes just told us that when they defeated the Sky Eater, they doomed the world.
Yes.
That is
Damn it.
everything we know about our current society turned on its head in a single sentence. If this Arle here is the same one who told me that, then I need to speak to them immediately.
Yes.
I agree with the owl.
You know what, Ash? That's fair. And also, this is a tabletop game. We can walk here instantaneously later. Let's go!
Well, here's the thing. If Genva, if you want to take 2 minutes to do this, I can instantly find them. And we can catch up. I know. Listen, hey, out of
How
character.
far? Hold on. How
we
far?
fucking spent so much
if
time
we're gonna talk,
last
if
time
we're gonna
talking about
talk to
splitting the party.
Arle, if we're gonna talk to Arle, I want to be there.
How far away is Arla?
I love you all. I'm gonna metagame for a second. This decision you guys are making doesn't fucking matter.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean,
I would
Ash is
just-
very
I would just say
passionate about
fucking
this
pick
more
one.
than
Oh,
any
I'm-
of us are passionate about the park.
Oh no,
I
I'm
think
going
we should
to
go to
Arla,
the.
yeah.
All right, then
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lose sleep if we're going to early. Fuck the
Yeah.
park.
Cool.
We're in a dream, so you're not gonna lose sleep at all.
Man's got a point.
Man's
Hey.
got
Yeah.
a point.
So the High Manor. Earlier, Damien, our bard friend, gestured to it for you, and it's not hard to see. This is a big city, much like how Rontmar is. However, there aren't like many. I think the term is superstructures, like gigantic buildings, skyscrapers, castles, shit like that. Whereas Rontmar has several. Has obviously the Imperial Castle, but then has the college, has the guild. There's one here. It's fucking huge, and it's like towering above. It's not a castle on the Imperial side. There's no like stone barricades like that. It's just like a really high up building with like spiring towers and like trees and shit growing out of it. But it also makes it relatively easy to navigate your way over towards it. You're just walking along the main street, and now it's beginning to like turn to like later afternoon. The sun's starting to go down, and people start lighting off fireworks, or rather, fireworks are being shot into the sky. And as you're watching, you see literally a person sort of like form magic in their hand and toss it up, and it explodes in the sky like the rest of the fireworks. People are, fucking partying.
Yeah.
And you all move towards the front of this gigantic building. And it's so like if you were to go to the Imperial Palace in Rontmar, you'd have to go through several gates and walls and lines of guards and shit to get there. Here, you guys just walk up to the building, and you're basically entering. The only choke point basically you go through is a small gate in the front of the building, and in this gate you enter a little like plaza area, and on the other one side of the plaza is that gate you walk through. The other side is a giant staircase leading up to the front door of the High Manor.
Right.
And the only thing basically between you guys and those stairs are a few guards standing in front of the stairs. However, they're not like, it's not like a battalion. It's like 4 or 5 guards just sort of standing in a row in front of the stairs. It's not under high lockdown by any chance. And the first thing you notice is that these guards look natural. Is a sense. They look like people, right? But like the proportions aren't quite normal for any like fantasy race you're familiar with, and you see like flora and vines and shit sort of growing out of their armor, and they're very like still.
Cool.
Normally, I would investigate this, but I'm on a very pressing matter. Can you please let us through to RLA?
So in the middle of this courtyard, there is an arch, like beyond the gate that you already walked by, and you guys walked by this to walk over towards the guards here. And as you move towards the guards, they don't move, but vines grow up from around them and basically bar your way towards the staircase.
Okay, how high are the vines?
So I would say they're like 5-10 feet high. But like they're rapidly growing.
Chiron.
I'm throwing my axe and
please wait 2 seconds.
I'm throwing my axe
2 seconds.
and nope, I'm throwing my axe and I'm going over the vines and then teleporting to it to try to get past them, and then I'm sprinting to her.
So you huck Cade's throwing axe.
Yes.
Give me what's a ranged weapon check? Let's go with strength. Give me a strength check. Actually, give me an athletics check. That makes more sense, I think.
Okay. 18.
So you get it like high up, high enough to go over the line of vines. But so here's the thing: when the vines grow up, they grow sort of like together and winding and sort of mixing together and making a wall. When you throw the axe up, a vine shoots up to like catch it in the air and hold it vertically, and like your axe is stuck into this vine maybe 15-20ish feet above where you and those guards are standing.
Can I teleport to it or no?
Sure.
Okay.
You teleport and you are now like holding onto the axe and hovering, I don't know, 15-20 feet above the base of the staircase where those guards are and your party.
Okay, and I can't fall past and try to just start sprinting.
You have to have to either pull the axe free or let go of the axe to do that.
Pull the axe through, I guess. Yeah.
Do the people react at all? The guards react?
They don't move.
Okay, cool. Then I'm not doing shit.
So you pull the axe free, and you fall, and vines jolt out to grab you, but they catch you softly, and then slowly set you back down onto the floor in front of the guards. And as you are all standing there, sort of like brought back, and like the vines are still touching Chiron, but they're not holding you in place. In fact, they ease off, and from behind you, that arch in the middle of this little plaza fills with light. In the courtyard, there is this arch, right? And it starts to glow green. It's wrapped in vines and leaves, and as you guys sort of turn back, because you had walked past this to get to the front of the High Manor, in the frame, I guess, a figure appears, like like a silhouette of a person, and from almost like a resonant tone bouncing around you, you hear a voice.
Welcome, travelers. I hope you're enjoying the festival.
It's incredible. Thank you so much for the welcome. Sorry, what was your name again?
Wait, you guys heard a single word of that?
Oh, did that get fucked for you?
I heard it.
I heard it.
I mean, I heard it. I just couldn't understand it.
I wasn't intending on using the voice mod the entire time because I think it'd be annoying for the audio listeners, so I won't. So yes, the voice spoke. Welcome, travelers. I hope you're enjoying the festival. And then you ask, "Who are you?"
Yeah, basically.
And you hear like a dull laugh. Arale, of course.
Okay, so Arle is like a Cortana.
Yo, who's Master
You.
Chief then?
You inside me now. Or me inside your head now? What the fuck is it?
Whatever, yeah, it's sure.
How far
sure,
away
Chris,
is
I
she?
don't know what you're doing. in
How
your
far away
personal
is she
time.
behind us? You said.
Yeah, she's like right behind you.
It's
It-
just,
it-
she's not like. She's not like.
She's not like
a.
She's not like a corporeal construct.
Yeah, I was
like
gonna
this
say,
is,
yeah.
like the arches. The arch is a stone thing.
Can we-
But like the magic basically filled in the middle of the arch, and there is a silhouette of a person in that magic.
Like Ash,
Think of like a screen almost.
Ash and Chiron, who have seen her, would they, looking at this silhouette, be like, "Oh yeah, it's Arle," or at least the shape of Arle?
That's a good point. Give me a perception check, both of you.
It's not me. Yeah, it's just a question.
Ash and Chiron.
Yeah,
I was gonna run up to her. 9.
I rolled a 16.
Ash, that is absolutely the same like shaped person you had met minutes ago. You can walk up to it, no problem, Chiron. And it's almost like a waterfall of magic. Like magic is falling down from the top of the arch to the bottom of the arch and like making that shape, that silhouette shape of a person.
Are you alive? Are you
Arlen.
dead?
Did you recently just speak to me and my masked friend here?
There's a long pause, and you hear like, you know, the fireworks and stuff popping off, and the sound of the city behind you. And finally, the voice responds, I'm sorry. I don't think we know each other. You are...
I just turn away, and I just turn away.
Fuck.
So is it her face?
There's no face. It's an outline of a person. There's no like defining features.
Is anybody else reacting, like in the
in
square,
a hood?
reacting to this figure?
There's nobody else. There's nobody else here.
Oh.
So the thing I was saying, it's like this is like right next to the castle, effectively, right? But there's not like, you know, there's not a shitload of guards. There's not like a bunch of people hanging around. It's very isolated here. I would say, as someone that engages in society, fucking weirdly so.
Yeah. Okay.
Can we approach this person?
I don't think you're.
Yeah,
far away.
like Chiron did, and like it's this is clearly like not a corporeal person. This is like a projection or something like that. But like it's the shape of a person. It like moves and like gesticulates as it speaks. But it's you know it's an energy thing. It's not like a like physical. You couldn't punch him.
AI has gone too far, truly.
Does protect the dream ring any bell to you at all?
Of course, we must protect the dream. That's why we're all here.
And in your opinion, what is the dream? Can you define dream? The dream. TM.
The dream
CR.
is the bloom, and we have to do everything we can to make sure the bloom continues to grow. That's
What happens?
The whole-
What happens if the bloom were to be cut off from its power?
If the bloom were to die, well, it's like what I said when I first started the dream. Once the hearth dies, we would all die. But with the bloom, we'll be fine. Forever.
Okay, and how does the bloom continue to grow? What helps the bloom grow?
When I began the dream, I thought it would just be for me. From me, the bloom would grow, and eventually it would be strong enough to grow on its own.
Sorry, did you say from you or for you?
From.
Okay, just make sure.
But I was wrong. So I needed more people to help grow the bloom. And that's still the case. So people come here and help the bloom grow.
And what happens to those people?
They...
I think I
And then
know
she
what
pauses for a
happens.
long time. They stay.
I appreciate you telling us so much about this bloom. I just can't help but be enamored by the bloom. I am going to go check it out myself. I think me and Ash are going to go check it out and have a great time protecting the bloom and doing a great job. You've been an honor and a pleasure. I'm glad you're not dead. I'll see you in a little bit.
Arlie, who named this island stay?
I don't know. Someone a long time before me, probably.
Emphasis.
Give a
on
ballpark. Give a ballpark like year time on that one.
So, we talked about this I think on the cult episode a while back. A shitload of history pre-Shattering is lost, flat out gone, because at one point the population was down to 5 digits levels of low. So a lot of shit just didn't fucking make it.
It kind of answered my question of was this pre or post shattering?
Yeah,
was what I was getting at.
I turn back and reapproach Arle.
So I'm gonna say because Chiron said we're gonna walk away. I'm gonna say you guys walk to the other side of the arch and towards the gate that you walked in. But when you turn back, it's like she's facing you on this side too. It's like this is a 2-sided screen and she's facing you on both sides.
Shit.
Arle,
Yes.
why is the bloom necessary if we have the hearth?
Because once the hearth burns out, that's all of the world's magic gone. And without magic, well, we'd all die.
Need to ask a slight lore question here.
Yes.
Is it in the world? Is it do we all know the hearth's going to eventually run out? Do we?
So the hearth is, as we know, think of it as a gigantic magical battery.
Right.
And eventually that battery will run out of charge. However, crystals the size of the hearth do gain and regenerate power over time. Huge. There are other cities that have big crystals, not nearly hearth sized, but big crystals, and they refill with magic over time. So it isn't like they are burning out over time. It starts at 100, it'll eventually hit 0, and that's sort of the purpose of the Shattering Guard, is to make sure that the rate at which magic is used does not exceed the rate at which magic is replenished. However, that second thing, actually both things, aren't measurable. We have no concept for how long it takes the hearth to regenerate 1 fireball's worth of magic. We just know that eventually it does, because the hearth it gives off more and more magic energy the more it has, and they can tell that some days there are more than others. So there's no what Arle is telling you here. There is no basis in science as far as you know. However, people have theorized, and especially as someone who has studied magic and especially magical crystals, there are plenty of theories that we could in theory eventually burn the hearth out and we would be fucked.
Okay.
Great.
Arle, conventional knowledge says that the hearth is able to regenerate its own magic supply, and thus, as long as we regulate our magic usage, the hearth wouldn't be destroyed. Do you know something about the longevity of the hearth that we don't?
It took such a small amount of magic to destroy the other hearth. Something like that could happen again.
So this is a backup plan.
This is the only plan.
And I hate to ask this question, what about the people on the plaque near the Vice Tree who seemingly, apart from you and maybe Woody, didn't know that they were giving up their lives. Are you going to tell me this was a necessary sacrifice?
Everyone that sparked the dream, that sparked the bloom, gave their lives up willingly to achieve what we must.
Spoiler alert, what
That is
about
not
us
true
five?
anymore.
Yeah.
You are mistaken on so many different levels that I don't think there can be a correct word to apply to it. I'm sorry.
The voice repeats itself. Everyone on the plaque gave their lives willingly to keep the dream.
Oh, yikes. I was hoping you wouldn't say that.
This might be coming out of left field. Arle, do you know who the Shatterers are?
There's a long pause. I don't know anything about that word.
Okay.
I
Okay.
would not
Okay, I've
give
got a lot of
myself
theories. I got a lot of theories.
willingly to death. I would not do that. So you're playing some kind of hoaxy game here.
Some kind of hoaxy game?
Just
Pokesy pokesy game?
Did we ask this Arle how the bloom came to be?
So you asked how the bloom. Actually, you kind of did. Basically, so I'll this might answer your question, so I won't have to repeat the whole thing.
Great.
Basically, what you have been told is that Arle, in some capacity, started the bloom, and the dream, which are they're kind of. It's worth noting they're kind of using that term interchangeably. They kickstarted it. Not the fucking crowdfunding platform. They started it using themselves as like a thing to feed the crystal and get it going, and eventually it started to need more people in order to keep going.
Yeah,
which RLA did not anticipate, and over time it has not stopped needing people to do that.
Oh,
yeah.
So it's still eating people.
Yes,
Yeah.
that
Still
is.
eating
Okay.
people.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
so I definitely missed that while I was doing work.
Yes.
Sorry.
yeah.
And the people of Stay, yourselves included, are listed as like the people who got it started. But past that, it's not like she didn't clarify over the last 200 years how many people have also been eaten.
Hey, Win.
Hi.
Alistair, guys, let's just
Yeah?
go visit this thing and just
I-
make sure that
I-
the dream
Vel-
is protected.
I would like to ask another question before we do that.
Yeah.
Like, how did you, or what was the seed to this bloom? Like, how did you get something to absorb, like, energy and become the bloom?
In Ekra'an, very, very far away, there is a mountain where another hearth used to be. And someone there told me that there exists a way to make one grow again. And I searched high and low and everywhere I could until I found... It's like, think of it like a seed. That's what I thought of it like. A seed that would one day grow the bloom. And so I found proper soil, a place that could sustain it, and I planted that seed to give us the bloom.
Okay.
Is the crystal that, like, is the crystal you used as the seed different from any of the other crystals?
It's very special, and I spent the better part of 50 years hunting it down. There aren't crystals like that almost anywhere.
I look Ash dead in the eyes, and then look at Ash's pocket, and then back to Ash's eyes, and then back to Ash's pocket, and then back to Ash's eyes.
I do a little like to acknowledge that I see that I noticed what he was doing.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yes, I do a slight nod to acknowledge that I am picking up what Junder is putting down.
Cruz, is that a crystal in Ash's pocket, or is Junber happy to see him? That's good.
It's both.
Damn it, I have so many spells about communication, but I don't have a spell to communicate to Chiron the thoughts in my head.
Get out of my head!
Magic Mouth doesn't do that?
Magic Mouth would, but it would also, everybody would hear it, so there's no point to me doing it.
Okay, well, are there guards blocking the door?
No, but the vines are still up.
Okay, well, I'm about to just... Okay, you know what? Don't even care. You know what? I'm gonna do some landscaping here. I just think we might need to... So, you don't mind me, just... Okay. So I just start hatcheting the vines out of the way.
So you cut the vines, and they are regrowing, but not at the rate you're chopping. Like you're chopping them faster than they are able to regrow. So you're making progress.
Oh.
And the voice speaks to you. You're Chiron, right?
Yes, I am. You talked to me earlier when you were corporeal instead of whatever you are now.
We spoke before 205 years ago.
Yes, we did. Spooky now as it was then.
Have you changed your mind?
No, I'm going to protect the dream like you told me to.
It's a real thing. So it's a real convincing thing to say as you guys hack down the vines that are really protecting something she wants protecting something she wants protected.
No, isn't
Your words and actions ain't syncing up there, Chiron.
I thought the dream was the crystal, the thing to go do that.
Yeah, but she probably still does. She probably is the one who made these vines protect something. So it still doesn't sound like you're on her side if you're chopping down these vines.
I also have an 8 in charisma, so that tracks.
Quick thing that I might also have missed while I was doing work stuff. The switch from 200 whatever years to 205 years.
So yeah, that's worth to note is that Arle just claimed that the conversation that she, Chiron, and Ash had was 205 years ago.
And we arrived at this island 200 years
ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the time period of which she was dead.
I wanted to make sure I interpreted that.
There's an unaccounted for 5-year gap. Yes.
Okay. Good.
Yes. Okay. I wanted to make sure I was interpreting that correctly. Which she still would have been dead. Okay.
So you talked to her 5 years in the past from our regular present time.
At which point she would have still been dead.
Which would have been roughly a year after her death.
Yeah.
You know what? It's great. I'm just trying to see if these vines are, physically up to date too by going through them. As a doctor, we also perform on vines.
There's nothing you need to do up there. She
Yeah,
suddenly speaks, raising her voice.
Expected.
I'm gonna start
No, let me
slashing through these vines too. I got a scimitar.
Wait.
Yeah, get in on this.
Okay. When goes and starts hacking at the vines, those grass guards don't do anything. They don't move.
I cast Major Image.
Which does?
I can summon a 20-foot illusion, 20-foot cube's worth of an illusion. I summon a smaller-ish dragon.
Okay.
That comes into this area and screeches, and
Where's
then
it come from?
it
Describe
flies.
it from where? Flies into this. Okay.
Yeah, it flies into this area.
Yeah. So it
lands 30 feet.
Are you trying to make it
Arle?
not just appear out of nowhere? Are you trying to make this that's my question.
Are you trying to make it realistic?
Are you trying to make it
realistic? Realistic.
Okay, so
yeah.
it's so
Alistair tries to fucking sell this. Holy shit! There's a fucking dragon here too. And then it leaps off towards where there were people.
Are you trying to trick us or the Arle in her
Arle.
face?
Well,
I'm trying to trick Arle.
I'm not
Don't
looking.
say this.
So.
Okay.
No, he's not. This is out of
Yeah,
character.
he's not. This is that.
No, I'm not saying that out loud. I wasn't saying that out loud. I'm absolutely baffled why Zach thinks this is going to work.
The image on the I'm gonna say screen of Arle flickers at the dragon appearing, and it takes a few moments to return to where it is. And here's the thing: this is clearly a construct, or not a it's not a physical person in that, but the silhouette is moving and looking about confusedly, and then it trying to compose itself and you must understand, above all else, we must protect the dream.
Yeah.
No, slice it
And
through, trying to get to the dream.
And I hear
Wind's with me.
The dragon illusion goes, oh my god, it's attacking the dream!
Hold on.
Wait.
Win and Chiron. As you
Yes.
are cutting and slashing at these vines, spikes begin to grow out of them.
Yeah.
And those grass guards begin to move. And more of them begin to walk out of the flowers and greenery surrounding the courtyard. More of those knights clad in like armor that's like half grass and flora forming up around you, and they start drawing staves and axes and swords. And we must protect the dream.
Hey,
Doing this?
Seize them.
we're on the same. No, we're on the same page.
And next time on Saving Throw,
Damn it.
roll
No,
initiative.
I wanted to try
yeah.
a thing that would have been funny.
Damn it.
Folks, that's
You
gonna
have
do
to,
it for Saving Throw. Next time we'll roll dice and fight not men, plant people. If you like this, you can always catch the edited version on our YouTube channel and on Patreon, on Spotify and other podcast platforms. But until then, you're all great. A ding ding ding. Time for art.
A ding ding.
Oh yeah, I always forgot we do that.
Art time. Starting off art this week, Tyler FD with I still need much catching up. I've only seen part 1, but I like Zach's German accent. Well, you're one of 10 people, and I'm extremely proud of
There are
Jones.
dozens of us.
Dozens. Yo, this is good.
Oh,
This is a
heck
good
yeah.
ass Alistair. And
I know Hero Forge is literally designed for this. That's a good fucking Alistair.
yeah. And
It's also
the,
a really good fucking
the Jones is really good.
He
yeah.
looks like Jones and Cad Bane had a beautiful child.
Wow.
Oh,
yeah.
he does, yeah.
Holy shit! What a good call.
Fucking
Also, I
nailed that.
love that he's an alcoholic because of fucking Mystery Dungeon.
As I say, Tyler FD I know has been watching our Mystery Dungeon playthrough, so they're very
That makes
versed
sense,
in
yeah.
that version of Jones. Soapy with based on a comment from Confused Grandma a month ago.
Ash and
If the
Chiron.
spells we know don't work, then maybe we should try something a little more drastic.
Way ahead of you. I've been waiting for this moment.
I mean, we should consult with someone who specializes in other kinds of magic.
Yeah, of course. What did you think I was about? Or what I was talking about?
Yeah, that's so good. And 100% where this streams. I mean, he literally did stab me, so that's fine. Cookie with top my view of Drake, who's trying to be non-threatening. He's just a vaguely human-shaped blob.
That's actually that's more than
Yeah.
I could get Midjourney to depict. Yeah, like that's what espers look like. They're just like they're like roughly person shaped. Like,
Yeah.
like they don't fully get it. They're just kind of like, yeah, this is what humans are like, right?
And the bottom right is a sketch of Alistair I messed up, and the bottom left is pretty self-explanatory.
Win is very sleepy.
Sleepy turtle, yeah. And yo, this Alistair's red. Thank you. This is awesome. Herlock Gnomes with Sky Eater, Sky Eater, Sky Eater, Sky Eater. Or at least an artist rendition of an anglerfish.
It's the Lord
Outer
who
Wilds flashback?
It's the Lord who foxed. Yeah.
I was literally
Herlock,
thinking,
if you haven't played Outer Wilds, you
Play
should
Outer
play Outer
Wilds.
Wilds. No reason.
yeah, no reason
Yeah,
at
no
all.
spoilers, but
Hey,
you should play Outer Wilds.
If I wasn't intentionally not trying to draw the Cthulhu comparisons, they'd be giant fish monsters. Let's be clear.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, this is awesome. I love like the little galaxy inside the anglerfish mouth. That's awesome. Man.
I love that it's a depiction of it literally eating a fucking star, which is that's what fucking happened. It ate
Fucking
stars.
And Soapy with this dream fucking sucks, dude.
How did we get on the fucking DashCon discussion?
When we were talking, when you were first describing the world, people started talking about you said streamers.
Oh.
And somebody said TwitchCon, and then somebody else said DashCon. So yeah, here we are. King Kieran with chat, eat your dumb sandwich. Which, hey, guess what? Means we have to include the sandwich poll. God damn it.
I don't know. I didn't include the corn thing. I left that art in to confuse people.
No, what I put the sandwich.
Oh,
right
you
in,
put
or
the
corner.
PNG in?
Yeah.
Chris also left Mouth Wizard out. I was mad about it.
Well, guess what's being cut from this part of the art, so they don't know what they missed.
No, I'll leave that in. just so
the
Chris,
mystery.
I edit the art section, not you.
Oh, you're right. No, we just said this. Leave it in anyway. Fuck them.
Sure. And Chrono Wizard, away from my drawing tablet at the moment, so here's part of what I was working on. Chiron meeting the guild leader.
All right.
Oh, that's right.
She is ripped, though.
Yo, goddamn.
Just fucking
And,
yokes,
and,
Jesus.
and as is proper tradition, the first person to draw the fan art is the correct one. This is Marins cannot go here.
Also, the Chiron's drawing of Marin is incredible.
He's got huge arms.
It's so good. It's so
I gotta
good.
zoom in on that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And
Incredible.
Chrono Wizard drew this for this week's Greatest Attorney stream, but this is so good, and we should all do this again as our characters.
Evidence. Your lordship, with all due respects, if you look at my notes, I have cited several artifacts that clear our client.
How is he so good at this? He's certainly no bird brain.
Nice.
Ba-dum-tsh.
Who's my guy with? Who's that?
With Lord Van
That is
Zeeks.
the prosecutor, Lord Baron Van Zeeks.
So he's a good guy, right?
Oh no!
Oh, he is this.
He's the good guy,
the
right?
worst.
He's the protagonist of the game, right?
Wait,
Did you
A
say?
prosecutor in America, the good guy? What?
Oh no, this is England.
Actually, this is
in the
great.
1900s.
Actually, the prosecutor.
Wait, sorry. Did
He's-
you say Lord Baron von Zeeks?
Barrack.
Two fucking titles.
It's Lord Barrack.
Oh, Barrack.
von Zink. Yeah,
Excuse me.
he's also a huge racist.
I'm sorry,
damn
Chris.
it.
The full name is Lord Baron Barrack von Zeeks Esquire. Thank you very much.
DDS.
Doctor of Dental Sciences.
Yeah, he loves it.
Who is?
You're the
yeah,
brown
so-
text, yeah.
Learn, friend, huh? Why are you Nipponese? Fascinating.
Do pray forgive the discourtesy of sampling the bodies.
Oh, right. This isn't wine, by the way.
Wind yoinkers, How would I make us a nice cup of tea and invent a machine that turns air into pretty stars?
Ah, yes! That one you're your biggest fan!
I certainly hope so.
I don't know who that is, but this is
She's
the
cute.
perfect win.
Iris, yeah, she's adorable.
Iris Wilson, genius inventor, and
The
friend-
world's smartest 10-year-old.
Yeah, the world's smartest 10-year-old is also friends with Sherlock Sholmes.
Yeah.
So, roommates, friends, assistants.
Achtung, baby, let us dance on their foolish deductions, airlock. Yeah? And then we don't have Wes, but
This is like his indeed.
yeah.
Indeed, we shall make a vicious mockery of them all. Or was it dissonant whisper?
Which is an incredible dunk on me, not remembering which one is which.
Should get a tattoo.
On your forehead.
Dissonant mockery.
Yeah.
Vicious
Vicious whisper.
Vicious Whisper,
Vicious
honestly
Whisper is
sounds
good.
kinda cool.
I'm about to
Yeah.
give you I'm about to give you fucking upgraded spells later.
Fucker.
which will also confuse everyone forever.
And Junver and Susato.
You had a shield in there?
Of course, Junver-sama. My kimono sleeves can provide soft padding and plenty of space.
Must get shield storage sleeves.
Is Jennifer doing the fucking JoJo oh my god face?
Oh, pretty much, yeah.
I mean, yeah. I don't know if it's intentional.
Maybe
Chrono
not. Maybe
Wizard.
not intentionally, but in
yeah.
general, yeah.
And this is Kazuma and Maya. So, I was thinking of being a Meekins bailiff class. Oh, Chris, can you make me a Burger Queen mage, please?
It says please.
Please.
What? Not now, Maya. I'm helping Kazuma re-roll a new character so he can play again. Wait, you're not even in GAC. Also, Meekins will clearly be a Bloodmancer, vampire class, something along those varieties.
That is the obvious choice for the blood dimension, yeah.
Corona Wizard, this is incredible.
As always,
again,
fucking
yeah.
Thank you, Corona Wizard.
It's so funny. All the different characters matching up is incredible. So
Also, hey, the GAC people saw this, might help it get more views, so big thumbs up for me, baby.